The Nordic countries consistently rank as the serene fjords and quiet winter forests. These peaceful welfare states have also incubated a gruesome reality of highly calculated serial killers. For decades, Scandinavian police relied on traditional physical evidence. Fingerprints, murder weapons, and clear financial motives were sufficient to solve standard motive-based crimes. That efficiency hit a wall in 1992 with the murder of a young girl in Odense. The killer left no traditional clues and shared no personal connection to the victim, leaving investigators without a starting point. This marked the beginning of behavioral profiling in Danish policing, a shift from the crime scene's physical remnants toward the perpetrator's psychological traits. Psychologists began categorizing anomalies into distinct profiles, focusing on 3 core archetypes from the region's most baffling cold cases. Catching these anomalies required moving beyond the physical boundaries of the crime scene and into the architecture of the killer's mind. The first profile is the game player. This psychology is fueled by extreme ego and a compulsion to leave deliberate signatures, turning murder into an intellectual dialogue with authorities. Nordic noir fiction often mirrors this trait, from the killer in The Chestnut Man leaving figurines at crime scenes, to the predator in Joe Nesbo's The Snowman who breaks his own patterns specifically to manipulate the police. In the real world, this archetype surfaced during the 1970s Gamma Bomber case in Copenhagen. The bomber used taunting letters and constantly shifted his targeting tactics, using the public sphere to assert intellectual dominance over law enforcement. For the game player, the violence is a means to a specific end, a twisted, compulsive dialogue designed to prove their superiority over society. The second profile is the manipulator, defined by an absolute absence of empathy and a drive for interpersonal control. In fiction, the serial killer Jurek Walter from The Sandman demonstrates how a psychopathic manipulator can exert deadly influence over others, even while completely confined in a high-security ward. This behavior was clinically documented in Denmark's 1992 Black Widow case. This relational map shows the mechanics of pathological narcissism. The Black Widow systematically isolated her victims from their support networks, trapping them in an inescapable web of lies and financial control. Manipulators weaponize the basic human trust of a peaceful society, allowing them to operate directly in plain sight. There is a more complex threat, the result of 2 deeply fractured psychological profiles finding each other. The clinical concept is Folie, Deux, or shared psychosis. This occurs when delusions and dark impulses are transmitted from one individual to another, creating a closed loop of shared reality. The true crime case, The Urge, explores this bond, where a 30-year-old man and a 14-year-old boy shared their darkest fantasies, validating each other's impulses. This visualization tracks the mechanism of toxic codependency. As the 2 separate profiles intersected, their mutual validation normalized their depravity and caused an extreme escalation into real-world violence. Sometimes the deadliest threat is the psychological resonance between 2 broken minds enabling each other. The legacy of the Odense case showed that understanding these distinct archetypes was the only way to modernize Scandinavian investigations. This method integrated behavioral psychology into the police squad. Investigators began using forensic evidence as a map to reconstruct the perpetrator's specific psychological needs. It reveals a chilling paradox, that the safest, most idyllic welfare states on Earth are perfectly capable of incubating these extreme psychological anomalies. Our obsession with Nordic noir stems from a terrifying realization. True monsters do not require chaotic environments. They can hide anywhere, cloaked behind the complexities of the human brain.